One of the most common reasons people never lose fat is that they are constantly starting over. They'll follow a plan for a few days, but then one missed workout or one bad meal and it's screw it, I'll start again on Monday. But starting over is exactly what's keeping you stuck. I know this myself because I was doing it for years, constantly starting over and over again and stuck in the Monday mentality. I'd see a little bit of progress, but then it would quickly disappear. But then I finally realized what I was doing wrong, and once I fixed it, I managed to lose 70 pounds of body fat. So in this video, I'm going to break down why it is you keep starting over and how you can finally break that cycle so that you can see the results that you want. So let's get into it. Starting over and over again is a surefire way to make no progress. But if that's the case, why do so many people do it? Well, there are three buckets most people fall into. The first of these buckets are the all or nothingers. Basically the people that have bought into the idea that if they're not doing everything perfectly, they may as well just do nothing. And all that leads to is periods of time where you're doing everything right, from training to your diet to your cardio, and you'll feel great, yes, but the second you slip up, whether that's by missing a workout or eating too much for dinner, you will feel like a failure. So instead of accepting that and moving on, you'll think, meh, screw it, I've already messed up, so I might as well just start again next week. Which will then cause you to wipe away weeks worth of progress because of one minor slip up. I get this myself because in the first year I was trying to lose fat, I would have 2 great weeks and then 2 weeks where I'd completely fall off. And all that caused was my weight bouncing up and down, and I made literally no progress. In fact, I was literally in that bucket. This is 12 months of progress, my first 12 months. And the reason I made barely any progress is because I felt if I wasn't being perfect, I may as well not do it. So look, whilst in your head, it may make sense that you have to be perfect in order to lose fat, but perfection is not where fat loss happens. It happens through consistent effort for weeks and months. The second bucket of people are the ones that think fat loss is just going to happen overnight. People go to the gym and stick to a calorie deficit for a week and expect to lose 5 pounds of body fat, then they freak out when the scales barely moved and they give up. Then before you know it, you're on the latest diet trend, bouncing around between plans every single week, and instead of building momentum, you're simply chasing the path of least resistance. But what you have to get in your head is there are going to be periods of resistance, and that is a good sign. You have to understand that your body doesn't actually want to lose fat. It's literally evolved to hold on to it. So of course it's going to suck at times, but you have to stick it out. The third, and unfortunately the most common bucket, are the people who never really commit to it. The ones that kind of try but basically just half-ass it. They will claim they're on a diet, they will claim they're trying to lose fat, but they barely show up to their workouts, they aren't tracking their calories, and they're always full of excuses. It's kind of a weird limbo where you want to lose weight but you can't really bother to try, so you're always half in, half out, and you never really make any progress, and you're constantly stopping and starting. And again, I've been there too. But what I realized is you can't build consistency over vague intentions. You have to draw a line in the sand and actually commit to trying. All three of these buckets lead to the same destination, starting over and over again and never really seeing any results. You may fall into one, two, or all three of those buckets, and you may be sat there right now not really realizing the cost of it. But let me show you. Most people don't really see it as a big deal when they keep stopping and starting. You need to realize the damage that it's really causing. Not only are you going to make no progress, but you're slowly chipping away at your self-belief. Think about it like this for a second. Every time you start over, you're conditioning yourself to be someone who isn't consistent, someone who can't do it, and someone who gives up. And the more you believe that, the more it becomes your reality. I used to be stuck in that exact loop for years. 2 weeks on, then 2 weeks off. One good day of eating, one shit day of eating, and I would somehow justify it to myself. But deep down I knew that was causing my progress to stay flat. You are never going to lose fat by smashing it out for a few days and then quitting whenever it gets a bit boring, inconvenient, or you aren't seeing results as fast as you want to see them. If you never let momentum build because you keep starting over, you're going to be stuck where you are now forever. So how do we actually break this cycle so you can finally see consistent progress? First things first, you have to expect and accept resistance. You need to get it in your head that fat loss isn't always going to be easy. There will be days where the scale doesn't move. There will be days where you feel like you're starving, and there will be days where you have literally no motivation. That's not a sign that something's wrong. That's just how you're going to feel sometimes. Once you get that in your head, you will stop quitting every single time you come across a small obstacle or when you feel a slight bit of resistance. The second thing is stop trying to do everything all at once. Believe me, you are not going to be able to go from doing absolutely nothing to training 5 times a week, hitting 10k steps a day, tracking your calories, sleeping 8 hours a day, drinking 4 liters of water, and fucking meditating for an hour a day. That's just not realistic. Instead, start with just one simple thing that you will actually stick to, whether that's 10k steps a day, training 3 times a week in the gym, or something as simple as just making sure you eat protein with every single meal. That way it makes it easy. You're going to feel way less overwhelmed and you are way more likely to stick to just one change. Once you do that consistently for 2 weeks, add another thing and keep doing that until you are losing fat consistently. It may not seem like you're doing much at first, but by implementing these small habits incrementally, it's going to compound way faster than you think. Thirdly, stop focusing on perfection and start focusing on averages. You need to accept the fact you're going to have bad days. It doesn't mean you're flawed, it means you're human. What actually matters is the average of your habits over time. If you're in a calorie deficit, say 2,000 calories for 5 days of the week, and then you eat 2,500 calories on the weekend, you are still in a deficit. If you go to the gym 3 times a week this week, and then 2 times a week next week, you are still going to make progress. Does that mean you should slack every single week? No. You should always try your best and give your best effort, but one slip up here and there isn't going to ruin your progress. You don't need 100% to get results, you just need 80%. So give yourself a little bit of leeway. Life is going to throw shit at you here and there, but as long as you are consistently doing things right 80% of the time, you are winning. With that leeway, however, though, you need to make sure you are never missing twice. And what does that actually mean? Okay, so you miss one workout or you eat off your plan, fine, but you absolutely cannot miss the next one. Never let bad habits or bad days add up for 2 reasons. Firstly, it becomes so much harder to break bad habits when you're doing them consistently because your brain becomes comfortable. And secondly, that's when the guilt will start to set in and you'll end up spiraling and saying, okay, fuck it, I've messed up this week, I'll just start again on Monday. And that's the wrong mentality to have. But if you break that pattern and you get back on track straight away, you'll protect your progress. And that's the mindset shift you need to have. It's not about being perfect, it's about getting back on the horse every single time you fall. Now let's talk about structure and pre-planning, because you need to take decision making out of day-to-day life. So many people start over because they're just simply winging it. They wake up with good intentions, but they have no actual plan. And when life happens and it throws shit at you, maybe work was hectic or family life isn't where you want it to be right now, by the time dinner comes around, you've had to make 20 choices, and if a few of those are the wrong one, you aren't going to make the progress you want to. So to fix that, start planning ahead. Block out your gym sessions and your cardio just like their work appointments. Prep and plan what you're going to eat properly so you don't end up ordering Domino's when you get home at 9 p.m. from work one evening. And decide on your non-negotiables ahead of time to make sure that you actually stick to them and get them done. Action comes before motivation. And when you have a plan, you are way more likely to act and actually follow through. To do this long term though, you need to build a system that fits around your life. You can't keep trying to follow some influencer's perfect morning routine if it doesn't fit your job, your family, or your energy levels. If you hate training at 6 a.m, stop doing it. If you hate doing cardio at night, stop doing it. If you hate only eating meat and salad, then stop doing it. The people who stick to this long term and actually see results are the ones that build a custom plan around their life, not the ones following the latest trend. And finally, take your emotions out of it. Track averages instead. Weigh yourself daily, but ignore the day-to-day numbers. Take weekly and monthly averages, those are what show the true trend. Don't panic if you see the scale bouncing up and down day to day. That's completely normal. As long as the average is going down, you are on the right track. Your emotions lie, but averages don't. So if you want to stop starting over and actually see results, commit to what we have just spoken about, and I promise you, you will see those results. And if you were to take away just one thing from this video, let it be this: success comes to those who stay in the game long enough to see success, not the ones that keep starting over, chasing trends, and just making excuses. If you want some help on this journey, you have one of 2 options. You can sign up to my email list below for free, where weekly I will send you my best tips, my best recipes, my best workouts, and everything I know about losing fat. Secondly, if you want a custom plan that fits around your life and is guaranteed to get you results, and you want to work one-on-one with me, where I will coach you to get you in the best shape of your life, click the link in the description and book a call. Other than that, if this video helped, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.